The Pascagoula River ran black as oil under the Mississippi night sky on October 11, 1973. For 42-year-old Charles Hickson and 19-year-old Calvin Parker, it was meant to be a quiet evening of fishing off an old pier. It became a nightmare that would etch itself into the annals of high strangeness. It started with a zipping sound, like air escaping a high-pressure valve. The water beneath them began to boil. Turning around, they didn't see a saucer, but an oval craft glowing with a bruised blue haze. It hovered just feet above the marsh grass. Fear paralyzed Parker instantly, but Hickson watched in frozen horror as three entities emerged. They were the stuff of fever dreams, not the slender grays of pop culture, but 5-foot-tall, pale, wrinkled monstrosities. They had no necks, mere slits for mouths, and pointed protrusions where ears should be. Their most terrifying features were their hands, pinchers, like the claws of a lobster. They didn't walk, they floated. Hickson felt his body go limp, gravity losing its hold on him. Two of the creatures grabbed him, their pincer hands cold and firm, lifting him into the blue light. He saw Parker go limp in the grip of the third, fainting from sheer terror. Inside, the light was blinding. There were no chairs, no controls, just an overpowering brightness. Hickson hung suspended in the air. An object resembling a giant, floating mechanical eye buzzed around him, scanning every inch of his body. He felt no pain, only a profound, vibrating curiosity from his captors, as if he were a biological specimen under a microscope. As quickly as it began, it ended. They were deposited back onto the riverbank. The craft shot upward, vanishing into the atmosphere. The most compelling part of the story, however, happened later at the sheriff's department. Suspecting a hoax, officers placed the two traumatized men in a room, secretly activating a tape recorder, and left them alone. There was no conspiracy, no laughter. On the grainy tape, Parker is heard weeping, praying to God. Hickson, his voice trembling with a terror that acting cannot replicate, whispered to his young friend, "They could have done anything to us, son. They could have done anything." It remains one of the most credible cases in history, anchored not by physical evidence, but by the raw, unfeigned fear of two men who stared into the abyss of the unknown.